Hola. ¿Qué tal? Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is a beautiful day outside, but I'm inside because I would like to stream. I would like to build. I see the chat is popping already. We have Josephine. Hello. BR Sports. Nigel. I see Lion Riders in here. Hello, buddy. Toilet Warrior. You're doing, yeah? Well, I hope today can bring you some good. Penguin Boy, yes, I do need some help. Just people to watch me place down bushes so I don't go insane. Sparrow, lovely to see you. Elephant Puppet, Mr. Bet. How are you guys all doing? Jennifer, hello. Spooky. Are we ready? Are we ready for some lovely Planet Zoo action? Let me know if the music is enough. I'm going to try and bump it up just a tad. Oof, maybe that's a little too much. I want at least like the constant stream of music behind your ears, you know? Vulture, Lindsay, hello. Jernedge. Hope you guys are doing good. We are back in Santa Fe. Can switch over to the main monitor. We are back here. I did a little bit of work off camera. Not too much. Not too much has changed. But I did enough to where I think I can show off some things that have been updated. When are we getting the animal care speed build? Listen, once Rob gets me those updated photos, maybe you could see that soon. Had a brief moment to pop in before work. Hope your work goes good for you, Rundala. Thank you so much. Si zulojo, español por favor. Mi español es muy mal. So yeah, I did some work, just mostly cleaning up stuff so that I could, you know, just pop in here on stream and start to populate everything. I finished up this building for the most part. This, again, is kind of like a little bathroom and information center. Not really anything too crazy, but the entire building is pretty much done. I do want to kind of fix this a little bit, though. Make that a little bit more even. And yeah, it's just a nice little ranch house that I found from like Santa Fe or something on like a little farm. Thought that was super cute. Music's good. I just want to confirm, is music okay? Is it too loud? What else did I do? I did a little bit over here. Huge shout out to Lion Rider for helping me really figure out what to do for that kind of like climbing frame back there. We're going to add some climbing frames in here too, but these guys do have these lovely rock walls. Unfortunately, they cannot get on there because Planet Zoo hitboxes, as you can see, are abysmal. They are not that good, but it's fine. Same thing with the Ocelot. We can check these guys out over here. Again, small cat, but they can't climb up there. Very much a shame. Thank you, Sparrow. Hello, Jude. But yeah, it's just small little details here and there. Probably the biggest thing over here. I saw our good friend Caesar has his good one house, but I'm going to dedicate this one to the true hero of Planet Zoo, Dominic Myers. Dominic Myers is not the villain in this game. If you played the career mode, you know, they try and frame him as a villain, but really, he's just the good guy when all is said and done. You barely hear the music. Okay, let me fix that up. I'll do minus 10 decibels, maybe? Maybe just a little bit quieter. Minus 15. Okay. But yes, Dominic Myers, we had to include him in here because he's just that good. One of the things I do want to do in here today is really decorate this building up. Currently, it's kind of boring. So I really want to just make this place shine. Maybe we can add some molding up here, just make it look a little bit more purposeful. Hello, Puggy Boy. You need context, Toey. Okay, well, listen. Dominic Myers, our boy, Dominic the donkey over here. He sought out to buy kind of like rundown zoos in the career mode, and you are in charge of upgrading them. You're in charge of making them better. he isn't really too hands-on, but he lets you do whatever you want in order to make the animals happy again. Now, Bernie Goodwin, I saw this on like a little Reddit post. Bernie Goodwin buys like untouched land that is like very good nature places, like very natural preserves. And he's like, just build a fucking zoo on it. He's just build the zoo on it. It doesn't matter. And that to me is very villain-like. I don't know. I just don't get it. I really don't. But yeah, that's why we have Dominic everywhere. He's the true hero, and we are going to integrate him into the lore of Santa Fe. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm not sure what I want to start off with. I think I do want to start building in here just small stuff just to help us get our feet wet a little bit. So what I want to do in here, and you guys, please, 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 if you are at home right now, you're looking for something to do, boot up Planet Zoo. Just build alongside me. I always like building alongside people, especially like if I'm streaming in like Discord or something. It's always good just to build with a friend. You guys can share with me what you end up building on like Twitter or something. And yeah, I just like that element of it all. So yeah, what I want to do is do a little bit of molding in here just so that we have a little bit more texture. Texture is always good in a build like this. It always goes such a long way to really help build out the details in your parks. And yeah, that's really it. It just gives it a little bit more context. It just gives that little bit more detail, because you see a flat wall and you're not really too impressed, but you see just that little bit of detail, and then the shadows start to add up and everything just works so well together. That is where like the beauty of Planet Zoo really shines, and that's how you really upgrade your builds, by doing not much at all. So yeah, I'm just going throughout here and adding these little things. Short is Goodwin is irresponsible and runs zoos into the ground. Myers buys rundown zoos and hires contractors and fixes them. Yeah, exactly. Also, Bernie's super irresponsible. He goes to the Arctic and he makes it like he makes everyone believe that he died, including his own daughter. I don't know. That to me is very problematic. I don't know. We should cancel Bernie Goodwin. Happy animals means more money. Yep. Yep. Screw Bernie Goodwin. I want this era of Planet Zoo to happen where everyone just turns on Bernie Goodwin. Just no one respects him anymore. We cancel him. He's like the Nesquik of Nestle. Nestle, yeah. He's the Nestle of the zoo world. Does anything to make money, not to make the animals happy. Listen, you need money to make the animals happy. You need money to make the animals happy. So really, he's just doing a bang up job of that. I like this. We can just plop these on top of each other. It goes all the way down. And the best part about this, we do this once and then we can do it. Well, we can do it, whatever. We can multiply it and put it on the top as well, so we can get just a little bit more of kind of like that crown molding. I guess I could have done a little bit more detailed molding in here, but I don't think they would waste like the whole budget doing proper molding in here, you know? So yeah, let's kind of tuck this in right here. I love this little building. I need to add more color to it, but it's really probably one of my favorite interiors I've ever done, and it's just a straight hallway. It literally is. But this is probably going to be my focus. I'm actually going to record this so that we can turn this into at least a speed build, hopefully. Knock on wood. And yeah. So there we go. That's that. And then we can just simply... ta-da! And that, my friends, is how you simply do it. Yeah, we can just add these pieces on top of each other, and there we go. So, oh, thank you for the feet emojis, Eddie. That's really good. So yeah, that kind of covers it for that part. And already, I mean, just look at that. Like, the detail. It just kicked it up a notch. I do want to kind of change these up, but I don't know how. Hold on. Because if I do this, I mean, this should be fine. And then I can simply tuck that in right there. So that's at least something. But, actually, this should be fine because it's just going on the top. Yeah. Okay, let me separate these out. Oh my god, Leaf is a VTuber. Yes. Yes, I am. People were like, oh my god, we need face cam. And I'm like, well, this is the best you're gonna get, buckaroo. This is the best you'll get. Okay. This is good. I really like this. Yeah, it just adds that tiny little bit of depth. And then we can take all those and then just mush them up to the top. Keep them in line. And there we go. Does that look good? Yes, it does. Perfect. I don't like these, though. Do I? I kind of want struts over there, though. Struts basically are kind of like the stuff you see that separate the ceiling and stuff. Maybe something like this? Just to give, like, extra definition. I don't know. That's decent, right? Hey, Leaf, glad I could make it. How is everyone doing? I'm doing quite well. No. Doing quite well. I wish I were in Portugal. I really do. I wish there were more classical columns and capitals, as well as a way to make reliefs. Believe me, I agree. I agree. The classic theme just doesn't cut it too much anymore. I need some signage over there. I don't know what to put over here. Like, I have this big old wall, but I'm not sure what we can actually put there. I do some Mexican patterning as a motif along the walls, triangles or something. Yeah. Yeah. Let's check out that fiesta theme. Such a... It's so weird. This is such a Planet Coaster pack. It's so funny to me. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we could do... Yeah, let me just... Okay, so here's a trick that I've learned. If you're in a building group and you, let's just say, I'm like, I want that same color, but I come over here and oh no, it's like the base game color. If you come over here, if it's in the same group at least, the same quote-unquote group, like all these will flexi-color to themselves, these two. If you take one piece, place it, and then come back here and then grab another, it'll default to that color that you just placed, which is very, very handy. So yeah, now we can do just a little bit of coloring down here. Just enough to kind of bring out something, you know? Just enough to feel something. Yeah. So it's not too much, but I don't know. It's just enough to build a little bit of interest, and then we can do the same right over here. A big fan of symmetry over here. So then we can do one more right back here. And tuck her right in. You guys better watch that JWE video. You better. I'm just thinking about it right now. I'm sorry. I'm very, very excited. Makulutano signage style. That is... Ooh, that's bold. That is bold. Maybe. Maybe. I love this ocelot sign. Anything for the Gila monster. Nope. Gila monster. However you want to pronounce it. Whatever. Let's look on the workshop. And let me actually exit out of all of these. Hopefully someone's made something. Okay, that's cute. That is cute. Any other kind of like custom signage? No, there is not. Okay. However you want to pronounce that name. I will simply not, but It's at least something, you know? And honestly, it's super cute. I like that. And we can probably kind of decorate this. Let's look at Twilight. Twilight has some very good decals. Hopefully we can do something like this. We kind of tuck that in right there. So I'm thinking kind of like rocks, because they live in the rocks and stuff. And do these light up at night? They do not. That is perfect. Okay. I know typically if I ask that, I would want it to, but that is not what I want in this context. No siree. Okay. Give me this, please. Give me the sign. Come on. That's the thing with Planet Zoo sometimes. It's like all of these pieces, they're great, but their hitboxes are just atrocious. You don't need to, Lion Rider. It is all good. You don't need to worry about it. If you want to, feel free, but don't feel like you have to. I simply do not mind. Cause yeah, at the end of the day, I just care about what filling out the vibe, you know? Filling out that vibe. And honestly, this fills out that vibe pretty well. And yeah, we can kind of just do something like this. I don't want that jutting out right there, so we can tuck that in right there. Oh, shoot. Okay. Change that out for a different kind of shade of brown. Maybe like a little bit. Let's make this one lighter. Yeah, okay. That's cute. Going kind of broad with this. I don't really need to focus too much on... oh, God. That kind of sucks. Okay, well, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, it doesn't really stick out too much. That's okay. I like that. Any good murals that we can kind of tuck behind there? I know that one is kind of snowy, but if we can kind of just get that sky in there, that might be good. And just kind of ever so slightly turn it. It's not bad. Twilight decal. And let's try this. I'll bring the Gila monster back out just a little bit. Change this to a slightly different color. We're keeping it abstract in here. I saw a Gila monster last night. No one will believe you. Second one you've seen since living in Arizona. That is very cool. That is very cool indeed. I would love to see a wild Gila monster. I both would love to and not love to, because I know they're super poisonous. That is something I would not want to mess with. But yeah, they are very cool species. It's those, it's the Mexican bearded lizards. Beaded, not bearded. Yeah, just such a cool group of reptiles, you know? I need that one, yeah. Ooh, can I do something funky over here? Let's try and do something funky. But yes, hello to anyone who's just joined us. We are working on the Santa Fe Trailside Museum. We are doing a little bit of kind of signage work, just to help us blend this area in together. And we are working on this little Gila monster kind of education. You see, that's good. I like that blue sky back there. Like those murals, I feel like we don't use them enough, and also I feel like there's no good way to use them. Just because they're just so... they're so old school. Magnifying glass. That is good. This is good signage right here. So yeah, I'm thinking about, they talk about like the osteoderms. I wish we had scaling, because I don't know. I feel like those two being the same size is kind of weird. Can steal this from Mr. Myers. We can plop that right there. Talk about, oh, they use their hands to do stuff. I don't know. I don't know. And we can take this sign. These are by Lion, by the way, of course. Huge fan of whatever Lion does. Modular signs, modular kind of, what do you call them? I don't know. Benches? Very good stuff. The only animals I think of when I think of Arizona would be jaguars, the supreme species of that place. We will build for a new animal. We are not really building for new animals. All the animals are in here. The only thing I might change is like in this area or this area where I might add like one species right there, one species right there. But it's not really anything crazy. It might be like a skunk or something. But yeah, today we're just working on signage, making this area feel a little bit brighter, making it feel a little bit more fun. But I do know we got some fun fiesta pieces when it came to this stuff. Maybe we can talk about cacti? Hold on. Let me get an actual cactus piece in here. Well, that's obviously the idea of cactus, but let me see what I can do when it comes to maybe like education about cactus. Maybe we could have some pieces right here. And it's like, oh, touch a cactus or something, but it's not really a real cactus. And maybe we can integrate these like right here. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall. This is how I build. I come up with an idea and we see if it works. We just see if it works. And yeah, it's just making those layers in here that really helps it. Will jaguars be added? I don't think so, my friend. I don't think so. Do a little den? I think we can probably do that. I'm not sure. Let's okay. I'm gonna do something I've never done. Let's read the Zoopedia, because I gotta figure out what we can do about these species. Native to southern United States and Mexico, orange and black scales, near threatened, often killed by humans out of fear, despite the fact that it's slow moving for it to be a threat to people. Well, poor guy. They're solitary species, even though we have like a million in there. They have clutches of eggs. We could do something about eggs. We could do something about their eggs. Yeah, that's good. I need some big kind of egg. How much did it say? Like 2 to 4? We can do that. That works. But yeah, I love Gila monsters. They're super pretty. Yeah. I really want to get down to that part of the United States. I know. I mean, I went to Vegas when I was like very, very young, probably like 13 or 14. But, no, I never really appreciated that part of the United States while I was down there. But I would love to go back again. It's very nice. Okay, let's take all these. I'm gonna group up those eggs, if I can actually select them. That's 2, and that is 3, but I deselected the other ones, so that's great. Okay, we just need that one. Perfect. Okay, that is good. Let me move that to a little bit more of a different place. I'm going to rotate this a little bit so we can actually make room for this guy. And we can plop that right there. And we need one more. One more little signage thing. Can take this one. I apologize if it's a lot of like me clipping into walls. There really is no good way to do this. Just because the hitboxes in here are just atrocious. But it's fine. That's good. Look at that. Did I add red-eared sliders? Not yet, Moodler. I think I might. Like, right in here somewhere. I just gotta actually make the water work. But we'll do something about that soon. Right now, I'm kind of working on a little desert mural right there. But, yeah, that's good. I like that. Let's look at what other signage we have in here. Our diamondback terrapins from, like, Santa Fe-ish area. I'll even take the broader kind of area of New Mexico. Maybe even Texas. Because we have axolotls in here, and they're not really from from any other place other than Mexico, you know? Wow, that took me a while to get that out. Okay, right there. This is good. And then we can maybe like a little bit more of a brighter green. I'll need to kind of work on this a little bit more. Maybe we can continue this little kind of style a little bit. Because, yeah, I'm not really too big of a fan of those snow caps, but it is a-okay because those will simply be covered up. Yeah, I just love that. The color of the sky up there, it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. But yeah, we can. I'm not going to worry too much about the overlapping over there. We'll make that pretty. We'll make that pretty. Okay. Yeah, that is good. That is very good. Could do bullfrog. That's true. The issue is with that is that these are fake terrariums, and I mean, we already have bullfrog in here. So it's, no, we already have all the terrariums filled. That's what I meant to say. So it's going to be a little bit difficult trying to get that all to kind of play nice in here, but we can see. We can certainly see. Kind of angle this up a little bit. And we can do flat edge right back here. This is fun. I've never really done signage like this before, or like any huge custom mural work. So this is kind of a treat for me. And then just flip that and plop that right there. So now we have a good base to work off of. There's a little bit of clipping, but honestly, it makes it look more fun. So yeah, we have that. Okay. So axolotls live only in a lake in Mexico. So I think we gotta do something with that. So probably take this little nice organic shape over here with like the thought cloud. Gonna tuck that in right there. Then we can turn this a little bit more blue. Flip that upside down and kind of tuck that back right there. And play around with this a little bit more, because yeah. This is good. So yes, are you guys playing Planet Zoo right now? Are you guys currently building alongside me? I hope you are. I hope you are. The inspiration is here today. Primitives do wonders for building shapes. I know. It's just, I like having fun like this, you know? Okay, well, we can do a frog in here. We'll just put him there for reference. I don't know. I simply do not know. This could be something. This could be something. It's nothing. It is nothing. I really thought I was onto something there, but it's just not gonna work. It just isn't. Yeah. Axolotl. And yeah, if you're wondering why I have all those little things in there, that is the taxidermy mod. It's not really a mod, it's more like a tool. So yeah, if you really want to get it, you can. It's just on the modding server. Just look for yourself. I like this. This is cute. This is very cute. Talking about axolotls in here. That's cute. Any more signage though? Any more clutter? What can we throw in here? What's the predator of an axolotl? Let me look up axolotl in here. Largest genome ever sequenced. That could be something. They eat mollusks, snails, small fish. Yeah, this is good. If he encounters a female, he will initiate a courtship dance. Great. Yeah. What did I just say? Snail. Where's my snail? We can say snails are on the menu, boys. Thank you, Wetlands Pack, for including these stupid little decals. And we can go Oceania wood. I saw our good friend Forge using one of these pieces before. Not that one. Definitely not that one. I think it might have been one of these. Yeah. Can go for that. Kind of tuck that in a little bit. And we can paint this a certain color so it looks like a plate. That's cute. Okay. It's just something, you know? It's just something. If we have like one small fun fact about something in here, it works. We just gotta clutter that up a little bit more. Maybe planter? See, the issue with the planters in game, they're just so big. What mod is it or server? It's on the Frontier modding server. It's just in the description. I do have that one, Lion Rider. It's right up there. I'll probably throw something up there about him. I mean, this is cute. I just wish we didn't have that little hook on there. It's kind of obtrusive. But, are there any good planters in here? Oh, no. I used some in here, right? I had to have. I did not use any potted plants in here. Okay, well, that's gotta change. I think Christina made some. If we check this out, it's either her or Ricey. And either way, there's some good stuff on there. Good paintings. All my blueprints reset. Okay, can I just complain about, like, the stupidest thing? That is good. That is good. First of all, let me find this so I can optimize my time here. Here we go. Okay. Generic restaurant, store decor, perfect. There is a stupid little feature in here that is like, what is it? Oh, it's when you look at a collection, right? You go to a collection. Let's just say you look at Planet Zoo by Ellen Jaina, and then you click subscribe to all. No, probably you shouldn't do that one. I should probably do like a good one. Ricey's decorative assets, perfect, because I want all these. Look at this. Look at this. Add only, overwrite my subscriptions. This is the stupidest button ever, because why would you only want these and nothing else? It is absurd. So that's how I lost all my blueprints. It's just absurd. It really is. Okay, these are good. I'm gonna use these for that little entrance building. Ricey's plant pack over here. These are very good. Ricey, I know you're probably not watching, homegirl, but I wish you had like, ooh, that is the stupidest thing with the Steam Workshop thing. I wish we had like more kind of like elongated planters. Actually, never mind. You do. That is good. That is good. That's exactly what I wanted. Oh, yep, you see? That I did not mean to scroll all that way over there because this stupid Steam Workshop, it's like, oh, you open the Steam Workshop. Does that mean you want to float all around your zoo now? Like, it's so annoying. It really is. Okay, but that is good. That is very good right there. And we can add maybe this boy right back there just for a little bit more extra texture. There we go. Yeah, my keys are all jank now. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Gabe Newell. I'm not touching my keyboard. Have I played Pokemon? Yes, I have, Onion. Yes, I have. Favorite Pokemon game is probably Emerald. It's just my childhood game, you know. But I recently played Scarlet, Violet. Those are both very good. I know some people have their issues with them, but I don't know. I think at the end of the day, if Pokemon is fun, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about like how much they ruin like the competitive scene or something like that. It's just about how much fun you can have with it. And at the end of the day, I do have a lot of fun with it. So that's all I care about. Okay, this... Can I please stop this? Back to game. I'm not even gonna do the hotkeys. Okay, that's great. Okay. Do you see this? Like... I know I'm not really doing my best over here. But like, these controls, they're just... I have no idea what they did. Back to game? Yeah, like... Okay, I'm getting very frustrated. I need to calm down. What I think I'm going to do, I'm just going to reload the game, and we can pop back in here. And I could catch up with chat, because I haven't really been looking at y'all. How's the Mudkip hunt going? It went great, Rick. It went great, Rick. I have Darwin, the Mudkip, the shiny Mudkip, and, yeah. He is settling in very nicely. I'm going to save my zoo. Jesus. This is bad. Overwrite it. Yes, please. Okay. Gonna touch that. And then I'm just gonna exit out. We'll put something up here. I'm gonna switch to starting soon. There we go. Okay. Are you going to stream Stardew Valley? I'm probably not, Wizard. I'm sorry. It's not really my cup of tea. I like streaming Planet Zoo, but not really anything else. Maybe if and when JWE3 comes out, I'll definitely do that. But, yeah, maybe Planet Coaster soon. I do love Planet Coaster. But, yeah. Have I decided what species to add to the reptile house outside of the stuff that was shown the other day? I more or less have. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out along the way. Okay. You can still hear me, right? Okay, cool. Let me reopen Planet Zoo now. Let me exit out Photoshop because I'm sure that's probably taken some CPU usage. I'm going to empty my recycle bin too while I'm here. Why not? You know, I multitask. Have I played Infinite Fusions? I haven't. I don't really like ROM hacks too much. Like, I used to love ROM hacks back in the day, but I don't know. I like the idea that my Pokemon games are all connected, and any Pokemon I use in one game, I can bring to another. I just think that is so much more of a better experience where it's all connected. I know there's a way to move ROM hack Pokemons from one place to another, but hey, what can you do? The taxidermy tool, I'm not going to call it a mod, I'm going to call it a tool. It basically allows you to place animals wherever you want. It allows you to pose them however you want, and it's kind of neat. I don't know. That's really it. But don't ask if it's going to be done. Don't ask if it's going to be complete. Basically, long story short, be patient. Just be patient. But yes, hi Ricky. How are you? What mod is it? Yada yada. Are there any axolotl decals or statues in Planet Zoo? There's like 2 signs, but that's it. Herons and big birds eat them. That's good. I'm going to see if we have a heron sign. Sparrow, that's good to see that you're building. Happy to see that. I can't wait to see your next park, homegirl. Don't mind me drinking my coffee. Working on your mega build in Planet Coaster. That's good. That is very good. Can I add the American flamingo? Probably not in this park. I originally planned to, but I think that making parks smaller is just so much better for myself. And already there are a lot more animals I want to include than I originally intended in this park. So it's just working on kind of, you know, managing that. I can switch over here to actually see us loading in. But yeah, if there's anything, well, I've learned while playing Planet Zoo, it's that using abstract pieces together create more realistic items or architecture. I agree. I agree. The kids are gonna poke those, yes. Will I be adding animals not from the Southwest or South America to the zoo? Probably not. I don't know. Like, I love my... Did everything save? Everything saved, right? Yes. Okay. Excellent. I don't know. I love my native wildlife stuff. And, like, it doesn't matter where I build it. I just love parks that demonstrate native wildlife very well. And that's always super important to me. Okay. We have this. We should also probably add... I saw this trick by Remnant. I need... Hold on. Australia. Wood. Yeah, big shout out to Remnant over here. This is probably one of my favorite building techniques. I never do it. I saw him do it once last year. But to me, this has been just the coolest thing ever. It's literally just like the basket ferns, but you hang them up like this, kind of like they're propagating. But it's just so pretty. It is so pretty. So yeah, we can take these, add those, take that, add this. And it's just such a good way to kind of bolster just a little bit more detail. One of my favorite things to do as well is just take hinges, flip them on their side, and kind of tuck them in like this. I know a lot of people don't really give too much of a damn about like these small details, but I love adding stuff like this. First of all, I'm gonna actually place these right here and that one right there, and I'll actually place a couple right up here and just have them be a little bit haphazard just because I like that style, you know. Then from there I can take these and just ever so slightly sink them in, and that just makes it so that they have a little bit of a how do you say, kind of like their nails. Yeah, kind of like their nails. And it just has that little bit of extra texture. It just goes such a long way. It's, again, the same thing with the molding, where you want to make sure that your builds have that little extra bit of shadow, a little bit of extra detail. And it really does go such a long way. I don't know, I love that. And what I'll do, I'll kind of turn these on their sides, just so we get a little bit more variety. And we'll use the same one right over here. And one up there. And it's just all these tiny little details in here. We'll flip him on his side and flip you on your side. And yeah, that just adds a little bit extra in here. Just makes it feel a little bit more jungly. I'm trying to think if we can add just some more detail in there. Yeah, we should probably add those to the group too, so we can just add these to the blueprint set. Again, that blueprint set, it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. A lot of stuff in here, and if you see anything that I haven't added to it yet, let me know, and I can get those included in there. Can I add a water section for flamingos? Again, Onion, probably not. I know American flamingos are very pretty, but I'm kind of burnt on building for them, I'm not gonna lie. I've built for them way too many times. Let me add some tropical plants too. I'm not sure if we can add maybe like a small little pitcher plant like that. Just some extra bit of color in there. Yeah, that's looking nice. I'm new to the game. I was wondering, how do you turn off grid snapping on walls? Okay, let's Planet Zoo boot camp. Let's look up the limestone set. Probably one of the prettiest and most versatile. Okay, so in here, you have two types of pieces. You have your grid items and you have your non-grid items. So basically how it works, if you use a grid item, you are going to see this, and they're going to snap. If you see an item that has this little hashtag up there, these are all grid items. So these basically are always going to be on the grid. Now, if you're playing PC, you can get free build. It's a mod, and it lets you build off the grid. But for the purposes of this little demonstration, I'm not going to show that. Any item that doesn't have that is not part of the grid. So you can see that they can be freely placed, etc., etc. If you want, say, this wall, hold on. There's a wall in here. Limestone 4 meter. If you want this wall, but non-gridded, what you're going to want to do is take this, the limestone wall panel, and then snap it to the top. And this is going to be very quick, but I'm going to show you guys how I would turn this into a non-gridded item. We take that, we take both these pieces, we do 2 meter, 1 meter, sorry. And then we put one right there, we remove that one, we remove that, and then we do that, and then we put that right there, and boom, you have that same piece. If I could get that right over here. You have that same piece. The issue is now not really an issue. The thing is now you can rotate that however you want. Keep in mind there is a little bit of like weird shadowy things that can happen with that because technically it is 2 different pieces, but you can make that still work. And yeah, you can rewatch that part as many times as you want to understand that. But basically, you got to learn how to use the grid to learn how to not use the grid. Basically, this entire building was made on a grid, too, which, like, there's so much detail that you can do with that stuff. Don't sweat it if you... Yeah, also, you just started the game. You just started the game, so don't sweat about building off the grid. Try and learn how to use the game first. Learn the mechanics. Because, really, Planet Zoo is a very complicated game. I think many of us who are seasoned at the game kind of forget that at some points, where it's like, oh, this game is actually super intricate, where like you're doing all these different techniques. Like the mud pillar technique is a wonderful example. That is something where it's like it takes so much effort to learn about that. I'm actually just gonna take this and get rid of the eggs, just because I want some texture, you know? But yeah, Planet Zoo, it's a great game. We can all agree. It is not beginner friendly. It really isn't. Especially when you start to build a little bit more complicated. Especially when you start to build a little bit like extremely complicated. Kind of like I am right now. There's no easy way about it. But practice, practice, practice. Play the game. Always enjoy it. Never force it. And then you should be good. You really should. That is looking good though. I think I want just a little bit more faux rock right up here. Just that texture, you know? That's good. That is very good. Let's get this bad boy. Oh, no. I don't want the same color signed together. Let's get this guy. Let's get axolotl signage right there. Okay, that's good. So we're about halfway through the stream. I want to end around 12. So that is good. Let's actually take a look at the Myers Desert House and see what we've done so far. And then we can move over to our next kind of like duty. So we have this in here. Again, I want to decorate these walls a little bit. I want to add lights in here. That is so good. I like, again, these small little details in here. I'm happy making these fake exhibits, but you just don't get that. You just don't get that. Like them cleaning the glass. That's so fun. But I got to decorate these habitats in here, make it look pretty. We have our boy Dominic Myers over there. But look at this. That is so good. It's so detailed. It is so pretty. And again, we have all the molding in here. It looks super pretty. It looks super detailed now. But yeah, that's all we really did in here. So I want to pop over here and work on some... what should we work on? I should probably finish a habitat first. Let's do some climbing frames. I feel like I haven't really showed my climbing frame process. What I do, I open up climbable pieces, and I open up climbable. And these are all the pieces that my cougar can climb on, which is very good. And a lot of these are natural looking pieces. So let's just say, for example, I have this log over here. What I would do, I would turn that on its side, and I would have it being kind of like stuck straight up. And I'd say, hey, do I like that? And to be honest, I kind of don't. Like, this is a little complicated in here because I do eventually want to end up with the cougars being able to climb up here. First of all, can they climb on thin pieces? Because this will either make or break the entire build. Okay, they can. Great. So what I want to do is have a way for the cougars to actually climb up here. So I want to see if I can do some little climbing magic and change these to be the same color as this rock. It's going to stick out just a little bit. That is the little bit of a shame when we're working with, you know, these giant old rock pieces, and the only climbable pieces that we have are wood. But what can you do? So I want to add that right there. Can he get to it yet? No, he cannot. So from there, we can just start to play a little game of connecting these up together. And really, I'm kind of just freeballing this. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is all what Planet Zoo is. It's about experimenting, you know? Let me... Climbable? Look up any pieces in here that might be good. These are at least pretty decent. The tangled lianas. They're not the best because they are very tropical themed, but I think we can kind of make it work. So if we kind of do something right over here that ends exactly where I want it to, which is right there, maybe we can try and connect these up. 6 years later, you still don't know how to play the game? Yeah, I'm still there. I'm new to Planet Zoo too. Welcome, Aura. Welcome. Leaf cake reveal. Well, this has been here for a while, homegirl. This has been here. Yes, in case if you guys missed the lore, Bold made the leaf cake. Bold did make the leaf cake. Okay, I do want this connected. I don't want position snap rotation. I want that to be completely flush. So now we can do something kind of like this, where we can build a little bit of a platform, nothing too crazy. I just need something like a base for them to kind of rest on. And I'll change the wood out here. Let's actually make it a little bit more of a chocolatey kind of wood. That's good. And I hate to do it. I really hate to do it, but I want to do another kind of like mineshaft themed build. I know I've done like a million of them for cougars before. I'm thinking sugar pines, kind of like mine inspired build, but like I don't know, it's just it's so good not to do, you know. Very surprised that Indonesian wood is not climbable. That's actually appalling how it's not, because it's literally one of the best woods we have. Climbable thin. This is my biggest complaint with Planet Coaster. I already let Kat know. I've actually let several community managers know. You see how I can type in climbable and thin, and it just pulls up anything that has both of those in the name or in the tags? They don't do that in Planet Coaster 2. And it's like, come on. Like, that is how I search up stuff in the game. That is how I learn these pieces, too. And the fact that they don't have that in there is just such a shame. Okay. This is good. Doing that. So it's a little bit more of a braced. That's good. Okay. And I think climbable. And listen, I hate to do it. I really hate to do it. This texture is too good not to use. It really is. Something about some of these base game Planet Zoo pieces are just so freaking good. Like, you really can't beat some of the classics, you know? Okay. Let's tuck this in. And that should be good right there. Are you able to climb up there now? Yes, you are. That's actually spectacular. Now, the question is, will you actually climb up there, is the thing. I need you to be connected with this, and I need you to be connected with that. So one of the things I've been doing recently is connecting all of my climbing frames together, and I have them all linked up to this little piece over here. And so that way, anything that is technically considered climbing, which is in the condor habitat, in the ringtail habitat, and in the cougar and soon-to-be bobcat habitat, I can simply trigger those all on, and everything else I can just trigger off. The reason I do that is because climbing structures end up lagging the game a lot, and turning them off just helps so much with performance. It really, really does. So that's kind of my little technique that I do right there to just save on frames, because this game, I feel like people talk about it a lot, but still, it's a beast. This game is a beast to play, and sometimes the lag can get a little frustrating. I'm not sure if I like that vine anymore. Trailside Museum Loki as a reclaimed quarry was actually a crazy good idea. I don't mind it. As a child, I learned for the mines. Yes. Oh my gosh, 68 viewers. That is good. You can use Liana vines to make dead cacti. Oh. 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 That is good. That's actually very, very good. Okay, no, we'll do that. We'll do that. Let me get up the sahuaros. Sahuaros. And let's... what is it? Liana? Liana? Oh, this is good, Mr. Stoppable Son. This is very good. Let me actually... That should be in the middle. And I need the mud piece. My classic mud piece. I need that right there. Okay. That's very good. Let's look at how we can do this. First of all, move this up. Just a smidge. This is going to take the entire stream, but that is fine by me because this is such a good idea. Oh my god. Is that really poking out too much? Ah, damn it. Okay, that's not so bad. So let's take all that. I'm actually going to deselect that one. And we'll just wrap those around each other. And we will simply do that again and again. And let's delete that and see what we got working with. Okay, that is very, very bad. But we can make it good. That is the thing with Planet Zoo. You can always make it good. We take a couple of these. Maybe move them down a bit. If I make this, you guys better use it. You better use it and put it on the workshop. Okay, that's good. And then we can take all those. Put it down there-ish. Yeah. I got pictures of dead cacti on the side over here. Let me actually adjust this so I can see. Leaf doing something that makes him happy. I hate to do it. I hate to do it. It makes me happy. Maybe we could do something like this. Kind of build out the base. Let me actually delete a few of these just so we can save on piece count. And then we can kind of turn it on its side and do the same thing over here. Okay. It's decent. I need some kind of texture in here though. Just something different. It does look interesting. It does. It does. Trust me. Trust the process. Let me see what we can work with over here. Let me look up faux. No. Flexicolor. That's what I need. I need flexicolor. Maybe decal? Let's see what we can do. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is good. This is good, my friends. Air plants. Oh, yes. I love the classical theme in this game. It's fun. I feel like a little princess. Air plants. Accidentally make strangler fake. Listen, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. I need to pull up some pictures of some colors. I can pull up some pictures of some colors. That makes total sense. Okay, we can do this. And then put this right over here. I hope you guys see the vision. I hope you guys see the vision because I think we can make this really come together in the end. It's just patience. Patience is the only thing. It's a virtue. And my lord, I do not have it. Okay. So then we take this, reset that. Nope. Reset it. No. Reset it. No. Damn it. Okay, well. Take that. There we go. Change that to be a little bit more white. There's something here. I should make a recreation of Iguana Land. Yes, I should. Maybe use moss if it's small enough. Yeah, that's what I got going on over here. I think you mean the bigger moss pieces, but the thing is, those aren't flexicolor, which I really want. Let me pull up some saguaros for reference. Oh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Guys, I have an idea. I think it's this piece right here. Yeah. Okay, we just gotta make this thick enough, you know? And that involves just placing a whole bunch on each other. Okay, why does this song go so hard? I hope you guys can hear it well. But it's just the Planet Zoo theme, but it's like very elegant. Okay. Okay, it's not bad. It is not bad. I think we're missing just a little bit of that texture in there, which is a little bit of a shame, but yeah, the cougar's like, what is this crap happening in my habitat? You're starting to see it, yep. Listen, if you're starting to see it, I'll take that. Sounds like wetlands. Yeah, I think this is wetlands. Oh, no, it's classical, you, me, and the other animals. I don't know. I need more rounded pieces. That's my issue. I think a polar bear exhibit would fit in nicely. Sure. Sure. Liana. I'm looking in the wrong damn place. Like the tendrils? Because yeah, these are too stringy for my taste. I don't know. This is the thing with experimenting. You don't get too much progress done, but this ain't bad. Okay. Spanish hanging moss. Oh, Moodler. Moodler. You are a G. You are a G. Thank you. Thank you. That is very good. Because, yeah, that brings in some of the color I wanted. It has the height I'm looking for. It's textured, so it's kind of like, you know, it looks like dead plants. Issue is it climbable? That's my biggest concern. Okay. That's not bad. Are the faux tree pieces too big? Yes. Oh my god, Enderfox, they are. Big old chunky boys. I need some tendrils in these boys too. Oh, okay. That's funny. It's not bad. It is not that bad. Hope the cougar doesn't escape so we don't get a Goron Palace cat thing again. I saw that clip. That was funny. Okay, I need just like a tiny, tiny, tiny tendril moss. Like, these are all great pieces. I just need tinier ones. Also, this is going to be a mess to reconnect. Actually, it's not that bad. Oh, thank you. Thank you for just sitting on it. That's great, Mr. Cougar. Can you climb it? Can you even climb up here, please? I just wish they would climb more. That's my issue. Okay, let me just delete those. Because, yeah, that's decent. It has kind of the texture I'm looking for. Can I add the American alligator? Sorry. Sorry, Onion. Species list is all set. Okay, air plants, maybe not. I'm just going to add some more decals around here, but not really in like an organized fashion. Just kind of enough to like get texture on. Do they climb it? So most cougar habitats I've seen, they don't really have climbing frames, but they have like climbing rock work. But my issue in Planet Zoo is that they don't climb climbable rock work. Like, at least rock work that is meant and designed to be climbable. Which is a little bit of a damper on my plans. But I'm trying to find ways to kind of counteract that with, like, integrated climbing areas. I should have a dinosaur bone digits in this park. What? Can you explain that, Mr. Concord Forge? I don't know if that's a reference to something that I'm just too tired not to get, or... Too bad. Yeah, too bad there's no domestic turkey, but it's fine. I'll get over it. Yeah, I love the classical theme. It's so nice. Dig site. Gotcha. We'll see. We'll see. I would love to. Believe me, I would love to. But, again, I keep on saying this. The less stuff, the better. I don't want to be building a zoo for, like, 5 years, you know? But yeah, Ricky, I think you mentioned, you asked what my plan was after this. And I completely ignored you, buddy. I'm sorry. Ideally, we wrap this up. And I get back to, San Cabrillo. I'd love to. I just don't have the patience to dive in right now until I finish all my work. Unlike everything else, you know? Like, it's such a good zoo. I love building in it. But, I just need a clear plate first. Because I feel badly, you know? It's like, I have all these projects I've been sitting on for a while, and I just want to finish them up, you know? I'm thinking maybe faux rock right at the top over there. And we color that like the same color. I don't know. Because, yeah, I need, like, a rounded top over here, because that's kind of what I need. And these hitboxes, they're doing me no favors. This song goes hard. Really does. My boy J.J. Ibsen. What did they ever do with you? What makes me inspired the most? That's a loaded question. I don't know. I guess just jumping from project to project just helps me feel accomplished. I don't know. Because, like, I have 5, 6 different things I'm going on with, like, myself at the same time. And just keeping myself busy, just staying inspired. If I'm not working on something, I can always do something else. And also just making time to not use inspiration. Like, you know, I play Fortnite all the time. Minecraft too. Like, I've been playing a lot of that recently just to, like, not even build inspiration, because my builds in Minecraft are not pretty at all. But what I do in there, I just make farms. And that kind of, like, settles the qualitative part of my head, where it's like, oh, I need, like, you know, purpose when it comes to, I don't know how to describe that, but it's like analytical. It satisfies the analytical part of my brain. But yeah, once I'm, like, feeling inspired, I'm like, okay, I sit in the morning, I have my coffee, I'm like, what am I going to work on today? And usually it's Planet Zoo related, or modding, or something like that. But sometimes it's like, oh, I want to do, like, some of my mini zoo tours or stuff like that. And I usually get them all done relatively nicely. And I feel accomplished for the day, which is always good. I think I made the right call with these It's not as, like, realistic as I would want, but it gives just a nice little bit of texture. We can do the same right down here. Yeah, the Planet Zoo music just goes so hard. It feels so nostalgic, and probably rightfully so. This game has been out for a while. Almost 5 years. That's crazy. And it's still going. We got the India pack coming out soon. Okay, that... It's... I feel like I lost the story along the way, but, let me try and see if I could salvage it. Make it a little bit more that color. Maybe yellow? And it just feels a little bit deader. I don't know. Again, these hitboxes aren't really helping me at all. But what can you do? Oh, maybe if we just turn this upside down. Maybe that's my issue. Because, yeah, my issue is they're too stringy down there, you know? I'd rather it be stringy at the bottom than the top, because that makes sense. Like, it's like gravity. Okay. Okay, that works so much better, and it feels like it has, like, those little spikes, you know? Okay. How are we feeling on this? Does that look good? Did I waste, like, 30 minutes working on this? Have I ever made an aquatic-only zoo? I have not. I have not. Apart from San Cabrillo and Santa Fe, what other projects am I working on? Yeah, not really anything. There's something, but we're not gonna say what it is yet. Hehe. We'll just connect that right up there. I don't know. I can't be sold on these just yet. Like, it's interesting. I don't know. Yes, everyone go watch Congo. Go watch the Congo Zoo. I'm very proud of it. That was a fun video put together. Spanish moss was named after the beard of the Spanish explorers. That is fun. I've heard many fun facts before, but that is a very fun fact. Okay. Whatever. that kind of worked. If people want these, sure, I'll put them in the blueprint pack, but I'm not too convinced on them. I like the idea, thank you, Mr. Stoppable-san, but it is... Maybe someone else can do one better. Maybe. Okay. What I do need to work on in here, though, is just a little bit of planting. Just enough to help it feel a little bit more populated. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with dry, I think. No, I want parched. Parched is the way to go for the desert. We got our random rotation, and we can get to work. If I'm mentioning that, I got to get my butt in the file, well, listen. My butt's busy. My butt is busy. Okay. My process over here. Normally I build in one group for all of my foliage, and then I sync it all at once, but I think I'm just going to build all this pre-sunk and kind of take it from there. Also, that is very good placement back there. Great job. Yeah, then we can have this be a little bit more overtaken by the foliage because it's not really in an accessible area. When is a polar bear habitat coming to this zoo? Well, The polar bear is probably one of my favorite Arizona animals. So I'm thinking we can throw them in this little section right here. That should be a good enough size for them. Okay, and I did add these little, kind of like blocked off fences. I think they look pretty good. Got them off the workshop. I think they might be from Missani. But I'm not entirely sure. I gotta double check on that. Yeah, I'm just trying to plant as much as possible so we can at least call a bigger area of this zoo done. Oof, we gotta do a lot. We really do. Okay, let's get to work. My biggest issue when I'm playing alone is I always like place 2 items and I look at it from above. And then I place 2 more items and then I look at it from above again. And that is what stalls me when making projects. But sitting here, talking with y'all, I can just go ahead and forget about that because, hey, I can't be stalling on this. I gotta make some progress. Okay. Really my favorite Arizonian is like Gentoo Penguin. That's funny. There is precedent for polar bear habitats in the Southwest, though. And I think that's super funny. I think it's like ABQ Biopark has them. Do you think Walter and Jesse ever went to the ABQ Biopark together? For company bonding? I would love to see that episode. If they turn that into an episode, it'd be my favorite right next to the Fly episode. Okay, let's make this just a little bit more planted up there. Yeah, so my technique with the rock work up here is I tend to over-rock it a little bit, and afterwards I can place a lot of foliage on it to help bring it down. But I really can't get those jagged edges that I really like out of this unless if I do a whole bunch of like rocks on top of each other. It just works so much better. Jesse would want to go, but Walt would turn him down ASAP. Jesse, we can't go to the zoo. We have to cook. Gus, he's on to us. Oh, but Mr. White, we gotta see the polar bears, bitch. That's good. Vince Gilligan, where is it? Come back after all these years. We need it. We need that episode. Okay, music ran out. That was a good way to end it. Let's go again. We'll just put it from the top. Can get the nice African music to start off with. Feeling nice in the desert. Yeah, we can decorate as much of the outside as possible, but as you can see, as I start to get closer to the outside over here, I'm not really getting too mixed up in the details. I'm not really using any small plants in here. I'm more so sticking with the larger ones, just because it covers a lot bigger area, and you're not really going to be looking up here in too much detail. So it really doesn't bother me. And yeah, like right there, we're not really going to decorate this entire mountain too much. Really, we're just going to decorate as close to the guest viewing as possible. Because yeah, you can see we already have a good amount of grass in here. But you need some more over here. But I gotta keep in mind, I have a lot of grasses that I'm using in here, so we can't overdo it with this single dry grass. We can do a bush right there, help bring that out a bit. But I do gotta decorate this, because everyone's gonna be looking at this area. It's gonna peek right out from behind. Okay, that is seemingly good. We gotta decorate right up here as well. This is why we love you, Leaf. Good. Good. I live to entertain. I truly do. Yeah, I just wish there were a better cactus out here. I don't know. Cause yeah, I don't like the in-game saguaros. I think they're too bright. I think they're too Planet Coaster-y. And like that is a vibe. That is a vibe for Planet Coaster. But in here it's kind of like, I don't know. I need something more dull. I need something more boring. The boring stuff makes for better habitats. And we can kind of decorate right in these ridges too. Kind of like, you know, probably freshly grown or something. I don't know. If anyone wants to go ahead and make a new saguaro, feel free to. Bye, Leaf. Have a good one, Onion. Have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, that is good. That is pretty good. Let's actually decorate the top over here. Just a little bit of stuff to give this a little bit more context. I feel like there would be some nice growth up here. You know, the seeds get dispersed and whatnot. Okay. That is nice. And we just got to do the ocelot habitat too. Luckily, not much is happening in this habitat. But we can still make it nice and pretty. But yeah. Maybe we can do like a custom climbing frame in there too, but it's not really anything crazy. But you know what? That's good. Because we don't need to worry about it too much. We just add these all the way up. And some up here too. And we can have a little bit more poking out towards the back, because they won't really be able to trim that too well. And we have placed 253 pieces of grass. That is good. That's very good. Okay. I've been building my mega park in Planet Coaster for exactly a week, a month. Wow, I can't read. I can't read at all. Yeah. How are you guys feeling about this upcoming pack? I know I asked it like 2 minutes ago. Not really 2 minutes. We can add like some visual cacti in here. But I'm fairly excited. I feel like there was a certain point where I really did care what we get in Planet Zoo. I think it might have been around right after Wetlands, probably like around a year after Wetlands was when I cared about animals that we got in Planet Zoo. But at this rate, I don't care what we get anymore. I really don't. And that's because I'm just happy with whatever animals we get, because my style of building, my style of kind of like content too, is I will always find something to build for. I will always find a way to incorporate the context of some animals. I need the red oat grass. Need some of this in here. I'll always find a way to include some animals in my builds. And that to me is always just the best part. It's like whatever they give me, I'm excited for, because at the end of the day, I love this game. I love making stuff for it. And it's always just super fun to, I don't know, play with new animals too. Like the ocelot is super pretty. I'm super happy I'm finally making a habitat for them. I made one before. Yeah, that was back in, that was like Hope Harbor Zoo. I made them a habitat, but I don't know. It's just super fun going through the DLC processes. I'm finally done with my last university work. Congratulations. Congratulations, Noinvo. You're entering the real world. I had to look up how to clean an oven today. That's the glory of adult life for you. That's what awaits you. Someone needs to mod a pink river dolphin. I have the Amazon river dolphin. It needs a little bit of an update though. I just wish I had more time to update my mods, because I have so many plans for so many of them but I just don't have time, and that is the biggest issue when it comes to me for pretty much every single facet of this game is time. I just don't have enough time to make stuff work. But when I do, I'm very proud of it. Like, the olive baboon is coming along pretty good right now. The squirrel pack. Squirrels are coming along nicely. I'm just waiting on Rob for some photos. But, yeah. Okay, this is where I start getting a little lazy. But it's fine, because it's the outskirts. And again, the outskirts don't really matter too much. I gotta move that one bar right there. That is kind of annoying. Can start adding these pieces all around. Making it feel just a little bit more deserty. A little bit more red. I like that color though. Has a nice vibe. I'm excited. This is my second DLC and I'm so curious as to what you're gonna get. That's awesome. That is awesome. It's always so cool to me to see community members pop up even this far into the game's life cycle, because it's like this game has been out for so long, 4 or 5 years, but still people are coming into this game fresh face and they're like completely foreign to so many of the inside jokes too, like the birds of southeastern Quebec. That's something that comes to mind where it's like you had to be a veteran. If you remember that, you got the veterans discount, you know? Gotta decorate this piece too. A little bit in the back, you know? We're gonna leave this area kind of open because I have plans for Kawadi in there. But yeah, it's so crazy. You have a gas station outside. I might do something. I might do little details on the outside of the zoo, just hammer some stuff down. I was thinking about adding Forge's Chupacabra somewhere, just like in the background, just like as a little flair for anyone who boots into this game with like that installed. They get that little mention. I was thinking about adding like the Breaking Bad van all the way in the background or something, but yeah. 1 second. Just adding all these little plants. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, but I'm hoping to add small little references like that in here. Always thought those were super fun to include. You gotta update the locks. Yes, you do. I could have sworn they were done though. Yeah. I love this color of grass though. It's super pretty. Can add a little bit of this to the outside too, just to help solidify the context of this build. Not a lot though, because I like the idea that this was kind of freshly planted. Like it was probably made like 6 months ago or something. And the red oak grass is kind of just slowly but surely taken over. Like all that natural foliage, you know? Did I get enough back here? I think I did. I gotta get some in the ocelots. Look at this. And yeah, this is my foliage process, if you're ever wondering. It's, I choose the plants, and then I go in, and I place them one by one. No shortcuts when it comes to this stuff, you know? And yeah, I will make a custom climbing frame for the ocelots, I just haven't planned one yet. It'll probably be very basic. It'll probably be like this style with like a couple like connecting bars and stuff, but that'll come soon. That'll come soon. And yeah, kind of just making this nice and pretty. There we go. Okay. Red oak grass is almost done. I forgot to add some over here. Which I guess is fine. Like, I don't need it everywhere, but it just helps. Again, with the context. That's looking fairly good. Drin grass, our good friend. I like to keep these a little bit sunken in. Just enough to that we can see the tips of them, but Not enough to the point where they're kind of, you know, overtaking the scene. Also, fine. The other one's too sunken in for me to actually select, which is a little annoying, but that's fine. I'm thinking we keep it a little bit more drinny, hashtag drinny, towards the bottom, but as we start to get closer to the top, I'm going to let off on some of those green colors, just because this bottom area is so green, but I want that to have just like a little bit of diversity in terms of that, so very minimal up here. The drin grass is the original placeable grass. No, was it? That was Africa, yeah. Because the periwinkle came after that, right? And I remember people loved the periwinkle grass. They placed it like it was no tomorrow. And then buffalo grass came along, and everyone loved that. But before buffalo grass, it was the Yorkshire fog grass. We need a new grass. Frontier, if you're listening, help us out. We just need more grass. I played Planet Coaster the other night, Planet Coaster 2. And they have no grass at all. They have no grass. You know what I had to use? The tops of the hedges in order to get just a little bit more texture. And it looked fine. But Lord Almighty, I miss my Drin, I miss my Buffalo in that game. Okay. That's good. It's not too green, but it's just green enough. Can add a few little tussocks right over here. You only use Buffalo. You gotta mix it, Ricky. You gotta mix it. You gotta mix up your grasses. Make them feel diverse. Goes such a long way. You don't want a homogeneous. You don't want a homogeneous build. That's what I've found. You don't want all of your colors to stay the same. You don't want all of your grasses to stay the same. You don't want all of your wood to stay the same. You gotta have different textures in there. You gotta have different, like, colors. I think there's some fantastic builders in the community, but one thing that I've seen so many people do is just they fall into the same routine of using the same colors, the same color palette, the same pieces, when really it's not going to look all the same throughout every single zoo. You go to a zoo in real life, you're going to see different textures, you're going to see different patterns, you're going to see different materials, and that to me is the best part, because you can see the eras of the zoo. And you can see, like, the different sections really come to life. And that to me is super important to kind of like representing in this game. It's like just making this just look pretty. Oh, there's 2 Ricks in here. That is terrifying. I can't handle the one. But yeah, this is fairly good in here. I gotta figure out what to do in this little section right there. I'm thinking we do some climbing frame nonsense. Not enough to cover everything up, but definitely enough to kind of like, I don't know, give these guys stuff to do, because this cougar is very boring. And that's partly because, you know, this really isn't a good climbing habitat. In real life it would be. In real life this would be a great one. They would hang up there all day, but I don't know. The Planet Zoo Cougar, he just doesn't want to. You can have some grass kind of hanging off that edge right there. That is good. Okay. We're slowly but surely finishing up the Drin grass. We have this little section in here. Again, I think something right there with the climbing frame. We'll probably end today with that. I think that sounds fun. That is looking good. Again, not too much Drin grass out there, but that's kind of purposeful. Let me see what else we need. Oh yeah, these guys. Sand sedge. Golden sand sedge. I'm not going too crazy with this one because it is a very textured piece, but I want to make sure we don't take away from anything else. I say it's a textured piece, then I lose it. I think it's this one right here, right? Yeah. Select the other one. Select the other one. There we go. Stupid. Hitboxes are great, aren't they? Okay. And yeah, like you just get a little bit extra oomph in there. Add a duck and name it Dinokairos. That's funny. That is funny. I put an image of a Dinokairos in my last Jurassic World Evolution video. You guys should go watch it. I put a lot of love into that one because I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I'm very excited for the next installment of the game. I just hope they do it right. I don't know. I reread the novels. Lex is an op. She really is. And they're just such good novels. I don't know. I just wish, you know, the novels got a little bit more love in canon. Even in Jurassic World Evolution, I feel like they could do Chaos Theory mode with novels. Like, just have it follow the events of the novel. I know they're very similar, but, like, they have some very distinct things in there. Like, I'm thinking about the T-Rex scene in the first novel with the waterfall. Like, if waterfalls are a feature in the game, that would be so good. That would be very good. Okay. I love this section out here. It's just very dry. It's very grassy. We can add just a few more pieces back here. We can add some of those pipe cacti in a bit. Just want to add a few more details in there. And right in here. And yeah, these are going to be very nice in here. Just good texture. These are also really good on those rock walls. Can flip to this habitat. Piece. Have a couple sticking out right there. And yeah, they probably wouldn't get too close to the fence. So decorating around the fence is probably your best bet. And then over here, we have these small little tiny pieces, which are very good. These are very good detailing pieces. If you guys have any rock walls, the sand sedge, like, singular one is just very good for that. It just adds that extra character. Have a great one, Mr. Stoppable Son. When do I think the next DLC is going to drop? I think it's probably going to be 2 or 3 months. I think we'll definitely hear something about it in the next Frontier live stream, whenever that is. And then it'll probably be like a 2 or 3 week, like, information spiel. Like, oh, here's the reveal of the honey badger. Here's the reveal of the African pygmy elephant, or whatever they want to choose. I don't really care. And they kind of just follow that same format. Okay. That is not bad. And it covered pretty much the entire area I wanted to, which is good. If we get this section all covered, I'll be happy. Because then another live stream could be this little section, and then another one can be this section, or just this. Because that is going to be a beast right there. It's such a big area, and there's going to be so much planting that happens in there, which is going to be annoying. But it's fine. Also, I love this. This was something I did. These are just the enrichment eucalyptus trees, because for some reason, if we look up the normal eucalyptus trees, they are huge. Like, look at them. And I don't want to mess up any of these sight lines. Like, I made these specifically for sight lines in mind, so really obstructing them would not be good. But I think maybe we can work in a palm or two. Like, I think that should be fine. I like that, but I think what I want to do is bring that down a bit. I think that's good. That's good, yeah. I don't know. Now it just feels awkward because there's just a random palm there. I think we just gotta add a couple more. Maybe like one right here. And then we can probably do one back there. And it probably doesn't make too much sense in the context of like that farm back there, but I just need some more height, you know? But I think that's good. That feels too tropical back there now. I like that one right there, and I like that one right there, because that just feels a little bit more of contact. Like, it gives it more context, which I like. Yeah, what did I say I wanted to do? Why do lives have ads? Listen, Panda. Leaf has got to make some money somehow. Am I putting the zoo on the workshop? I am. I do intend to. There's probably going to be, like, the next episode. There's probably going to be the tour. And then there's probably going to be, yeah, that's pretty much it. Am I missing any plants in here? Let me consult the rest of this stuff. Drain grass, the creosote. I do love these. I do love these. The, ice plants or whatever. I do need some yuccas. So I think just including a few of these throughout here might be fun. Ooh, we got the super desert music right now. Super desert. We can include one of those. Probably one back down here. Do these yucca plants kind of grow in pairs or something? Like, how should I be placing these? Is that good? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is that they're super pretty, and Rob did a very good job on them. Yeah, that is good. I like that. The context. The context is very good. Yeah, what did I call these? Have a great one, Aura. Hope you enjoy Planet Zoo. Oceania pack. Well, that doesn't help. Yeah, what? Coastal pig-faced. Now, I know someone mentioned, on one of the videos, coastal pig-face is invasive to the, like, area of the United States that this is based in. I'm not using these as coastal pig-face. I'm using these in place of, like, other succulents that kind of look like this. Kind of like spready ones. And I think that context might have gotten a little lost in the video. But yeah, I think we need a little bit more succulents in Planet Zoo. Also, they did say pampas grass is invasive, and I feel like a trailside museum would not want to have any invasive species being represented, so I took those out. I said goodbye. We don't need them here. We do not like our invasives over here. I say that about house sparrows. I say that about European starlings. They get on my nerves. And also those add some nice color too with the little flowers. It's very pretty. You see? It's just nice. It's just very nice. Probably not going to add any in there. Just because I feel like you wouldn't want them on the rock work. If you had a Planet Zoo mod and have to change your computer, or just have two, would you have to download that mod multiple times? I think so. What's a small cage near the structure on the right? This is ideally Kawadi. I haven't added them to the park yet. I'll add them soon. But yeah, I just keep forgetting to install the mod again. Yeah, people always, like, are very curious about my mod setup, and it's like, I only keep mods in my OVL data for whatever park I'm actively working on. Beyond that, I always have every single remaster installed, and, like, small stuff, like free build, obviously. That's really it. That's really the whole context. I'm trying to think of what else, but I don't really have too much else. Yeah, I like the organ pipe cactus. That's very good. I do need some nitrea, though. Nitrea. Probably medium size right here. Yeah, I want to keep this area nice and low. I feel like we wouldn't have too many kind of like obstructing things back there. But I think this back here, I do want this to be a little bit more bushy. Yeah, I do gotta get going soon. This was a very productive live stream. How long? We're almost at 2 hours. That's very good. And yeah, I'll probably do a lot of stuff off camera. I just gotta take care of some stuff around the house. But I probably won't be back to live streaming today. It's a fairly busy day today. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't get old. Your Sundays start getting very packed. And it's a shame. We need the 3-day weekend. Hell, I'll take a 7-day weekend. Please. Any day. Any day. Okay. This is looking good. Context in the like 14 times. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get nervous and I don't know what to say. The opossum mod though. Yeah, I gotta... Do I still have that installed? I still have all the Stardew mods installed. I just haven't deleted them yet. That is good. This is good. This area is nice and planted. Gotta add a little bit more stuff back there. And I think I will hide this area a little bit. Just because I wouldn't want the guests looking in here. Yeah, and we can do like a nice stone barrier, kind of like a, what do you call those? Gabion walls, I think. I think that should be good. Yeah. And I'll finally move this, because this has been annoying me. Goodbye. Yeah. Oh, no. I have the perfect piece for this. Yeah. Let's take this. And flip it on its side. And we can simply sink it. There we go. Leave you. Yeah. You will not get me to speak Portuguese. My Portuguese is terrible. It is not good. You thought my Spanish was bad. Oh no. Portuguese is just fancy Spanish. It's scary. Okay. That's good. So that's gonna hide like the service vehicles a little bit. It's not the best, but it'll do. I think we can even hide them a little bit with some cacti. In fact, I think I might throw another enrichment tree back there. I love that little tree. It's so stupid, but it works so well. And yeah, you got the little thing hiding off the side, like the little eucalyptus branch thing. But in the context of it, just say that they're like wasp traps or something. Is that fence custom? I did not make that fence. I found it on the workshop. I think it's by... Oh, shoot. I keep on forgetting their name. Fence. Pack. It's not in that one. It's not in that one. It's not in that one, but that's very good. It's somewhere on the workshop. I'm sorry. The enclosure complex is looking so goddamn perfect. Thank you. I really wanted it to feel kind of unique from the rest of the park because the context is like they got a grant to make this and like they use all new building materials and stuff. The back, don't look at the back, but yeah, like it's supposed to have a little bit more of a different look from the rest of the park. But yeah, I think we accomplished a good amount of stuff today. I think one of the things I'll need to do is kind of work out this rock work. Here's how I do the rock work in here, just a little quick and dirty. I have a few different presets in here of just different rock shapes. And I kind of just play stack the rock pretty much. Just put a bunch of them together, flip them around, twist them, put them like that. And it just works. It just works super well. And that way I'm able to make just nice context in here. Forge, listen, I'm so sorry. What map is this? This is Santa Fe Trailside Museum. This is the North America desert. I really like the background in there. I have a short coming on that pretty soon. So stay tuned. But yeah, I did these custom windows. I'm sorry. I keep on talking. But I'm supposed to be going right now. But I did these custom windows. You can see. There's the shadows in there. That's always good. That's always good. So yeah, we did all that. And we worked in here. This is very good. This is very cute. We accomplished all that stuff in here. And you guys held me accountable. So I actually got stuff done, which is great. Gotta work on this back here. I think I might do maybe like a vet center or something. I don't know. Maybe copy this style and just have a much bigger complex right there for all of these keeper buildings. Actually, yeah. Yeah, let's kind of plot this out. So yeah, we need the trade center in here. And we need the keeper hut. I think right there should be good. So yeah, I can work on that later. It should just be playing with the grid a little bit. Actually, you guys got to tell me to log off because I'm just going to keep on doing this crap. Line that up right there. And build this out. And right there. Okay. That's good. What animals do I have so far? Bighorn sheep, peccary, armadillo, bunch of herps and stuff in there. California condor, cougar, ocelot, donkey, California quail. Look how cute. Look how cute. And coyote. It's good. It's very good. And yeah, I decorated this just a little bit more. I also did all those fences. That's annoying to do. But, yeah, I think we'll end it right there. This is shaping up so well. This is shaping up so well. I mean, just look at this. Okay, it's time to go. Thank you guys for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Be sure to check out the first episode of, like, you know, the Santa Fe Trailside Museum. And also, I'm going to put this in the chat, even if you don't like... Hello, Jurassic. You're so late. Have a great day. Check out that Jurassic World video, please. And with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Take care, and goodbye.